Yeah, I'm putting this thing back together. Woo! All sorts of fun. This last video that I did, I kind of swapped things around on my Grazioso. So I now have copper, which already had a decent enough patina kind of going on with it, and micarta rather than the brass that originally came with it. I did keep the brass backspacer for one, because one of the pieces of hardware that's black in this one is just not wanting to move. And I also think it just has a nice contrast. Now, it's got all sorts of stuff. But, yeah, so I'm just putting back together this one, which is now going to be G10 and brass with a copper backspacer. As I'd said in that last video, it's kind of interesting the way that they've done these kind of attachment things here. A lot of times I'll see a little bit more of a dove joint kind of going on, but that's also much more common for these things when they're joining the same material together. And you can see that's actually got some lock bar cut out on it, which means that that is also just not the piece that I needed to be futzing with. At least not for the beginning of it here. Yeah, you can see some dark stuff all up in there from the G10. It's a little interesting. And that kind of poked out. Wonder what exactly that was all about there. Probably because reasons. Alright, well, yeah. So we'll start here. Look for the itty bitty tiny little screws here. These screws I do believe to be 300 series stainless steel, so they are not magnetic in the slightest. Makes it a little bit more difficult if you are to lose one. Since, even a stupid, powerful neodymium magnet isn't really going to save your ass. I have run into a problem like that before, in which I've actually had to use a vacuum cleaner and just kind of go over the area where I think it was for quite a while until I heard the screw rattling around in the chamber. Certainly helps if you don't have a bagged vacuum cleaner. I just have a Shark, whatever the hell, that has those dust canisters, which I understand environmentally works out quite well. However, you do kind of make a mess when you're kind of emptying the thing out, and or come on, buddy, you can do it. I believe in you. But if I loosen all of these guys first. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, the vacuum canister things. I understand they're a lot more environmentally friendly. However, they can be a little bit dirty as you're kind of emptying them out and trying to clean the filters and everything like that every time or two that you end up emptying them out is kind of a pain in the butt as well, which is why I can certainly see why a lot of the older and more traditional models did have bags instead. But at least, with the bags, if you ran out of them, well, you can't really operate your vacuum, so that kind of sucks as well. One thing after another. Oh well. I still do have basically lube all upon basically everything here. I just kind of open them up and swap some parts around. So I don't really feel I have a great need to re-lube anything. Besides, the first one that I put back together felt alright. So if something doesn't with this one, then that's very concerning. There's the itty bitty little screw with the T6. The thing I am, is that not the screw that I need for that? It absolutely isn't. That's way too big. Alright, where's my tiny little screw? There it is. I do have one of those silicone mats for kind of taking things apart. And it helps from time to time, but it's also really easy to get dirty, or at least look dirty, because it's black. It's just one of those silicone things. I actually have it more for, well, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get off of the wall at the moment, but I do have a soldering station over there that I will use from time to time if I need to when I'm trying to repair a retro console. For a while, I was actually doing a whole bunch of Sega Saturns because a lot of them are really easy to fix up. Heck, like 3 out of the 6 of them, possibly even 4, really didn't need a huge amount of work on them at all. It basically just had a problem with somebody who put a disc in too hard and kind of pushed the mechanism down a little bit, so the laser wasn't focusing at the right point. And it's really easy to do. You just open it up and kind of pull up just a little bit on it, and then hey, they work just fine. But yeah, I've done some recapping of some of them and whatnot elsewhere. They all work at the end of the day, so that's good. But yeah, it is kind of awkward when some of the replacement parts are not surface mounts, because that makes it difficult to actually get them in where they need to be, because you're kind of looking for room to have them kind of lay there. Alright, here is a bit of trouble with the fact that these are not magnetic. There we go, that wasn't too bad. Alright, yeah. So yeah, the brass and the G10 do have a more striking kind of contrast to them, I guess. And like I have said, I do actually prefer brass over copper quite a bit of the times, but I think these colors kind of match each other just a little bit more. Since, you know, you can get much more of a patina slash tarnish over time from copper that would mix a little bit more with the funky micarta colors. But yeah, alright. I am a little bit interested in what's up with this extra little ring of G10, but it doesn't look like either of them actually needed it. Yep, there's nothing loose on any of them, so yeah. Alright, well, that was fun. Alright, yep, this was a very, very random video, kind of on the coattails of another really random video. What are you going to do? Alright, as always, I appreciate y'all for watching. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo. And subscribe.